Hi everyone, and welcome to day 18 in our Rust adventure. This is Advent of Rust, and we're building a web API together. Yesterday, we talked about how to read and how to insert a pizza into our global state, but maybe we want to do a bit of refactoring today. So let's dive into the code. So yeah, remember yesterday we talked about the post pizza method, which takes the pizza and the data as arguments. Then we read the pizza from the JSON, and then we add it to our global state. So let's have a look at this add pizza method. We can see that we don't do anything with the error, which does not make sense here. So we will return a result here, whether or not it's succeeding. So remember, result type as it's an enum, which can take two different values, OK value if everything looks good, or the error value. So let's go ahead and maybe we can do let's pizza equal to save.pizza.log. Instead of that, we can use the question mark. If that's fine, we can return pizza. We can push the pizza into our vector. And if everything looks good, we can return OK and with a void type. Obviously, this is returning this is not returning a result yet, so we need to do so. So let's return a result of the void type and something here. So maybe let's say a string representing the error message. But lock is not returning a string, it's returning a lock result. So once again, we would need to map the error. So we will map the error to maybe the toString representation of this. So great. Remember that pizza needs to be mutable, so it needs to be mute here. So yeah, that's great. And now we are returning a result. We are returning the void type for Rust if everything looks good, but we are returning the error as a string if it's not good. That's great. So now instead of just doing the add pizza, maybe we want to check for the results. So we will match it. And if it's okay, maybe we want to return this OK status code with a JSON. But if we have an error, maybe we want to return like a bad gateway or another status code. So let's do that. If it's an error, maybe we can do HTTP response, bad gateway, and we can specify the error as the body. So that's fine. The OK, we don't care about the value of the OK because we just want to return the list of pizza. So great. We have now refactored our post pizza instead of just doing some tricking stuff with the error with the add pizza. Now we're returning either it's OK or an error. So great. Maybe we want to modify our unit test as well. So for now, our unit test, remember, is just checking whether or not the status code is 200. So maybe what we want to do here is to make sure that if we add a pizza, then we are retrieving this pizza. Maybe by checking the length of the array. If we add a pizza, the array length should be 1. So let's do that. We're going to use the test framework once again, but instead of calling the service and checking for the status code, let me comment that. What we are going to do is to do the exact same stuff, test, but instead of calling the response, once again, you can use the auto-completion from your IDE. We can read the body as JSON, and this is going to be super convenient. So the request and the app. We are going to await it. Response. Now we need to assert that first we need to check the error. It seems that we need to give an explicit type. So we need to read the body as JSON, but what kind of object are you receiving from this read? It's going to be a vector of pizza. Because this is what we're returning in our method here. So great, now we have the response. So maybe what we can do is we can assert that the response dot length would be equal to 1. So once again, we're doing the exact same request. We need to pass a pizza, we read the body as a JSON, and we want to make sure that the result is 1. Before running this, we need to specify our state because now post pizza is taking a state as a data. So let's do that. Let's have a look at how it's working in the main function. So we have a pizza DB, we have a state, and we can create that. Maybe this constructor is a bit too complex. Maybe we just want to use new here without any parameter, because we know that every time we just need a vector of pizza. So we can remove this and modify this instead of passing the vector of pizza, because we know that every time it will be an empty array. We can just define it here and use it there. So instead of having one parameter in the constructor, we know that every time we will have a pizza, an empty vector, so we can just pass the vector here. So that's great. Now we can just reuse this in our test. I'm going to save that. So my state is here, just need to import it. And finally, I need to use the state as the state of my application. So I will use, app data, and the app, this is the app state. So let's go ahead and run it. Cool, our test is passing. This is great. There is no dark magic. If we comment this, let's say we're just returning nothing. Just we finish the OK. If we run our test, it's not working anymore. So congratulations, now we have like a clean code with a unit test, which is great. So see you tomorrow to see the delete endpoint. Have a good day.